Hello everybody, welcome to the Handicapped Woodworker's Lair of Destruction. So I call it my shop. It's not much. It's about a 1.5 car garage, but you know what? I enjoy coming out here. It's my place. What you're looking at now is my basic station, my workstation. See up across the top we got our angle squares, pry bar, axes, hammers, levels, saws, sort of different things. Down here, clipboard where I keep my paperwork, I've got plans, protractor, dividers, angle gauges, rulers, all the fun stuff you need to destroy something. So this is a right here. This is a fret saw. Got a real fine blade on it, real fine. And then a good old clipping saw right here for cutting stuff. I use the fret saw when I'm doing dovetails to cut the pieces out. Next to that, these are dovetail marking gauges to mark them out, different degrees. This is a marking gauge. This is use it to mark lines on the wood so you know where to cut. This is a Cat's Moses dovetail guide, magnetic side. It's good for guys like me who vision is waning quickly. Helps me cut a straight line. It's very difficult to cut a straight line when you only have one eye. Your depth of field's kind of screwed up. Then this here, is a small gaussing plane. It's for doing small intricate areas. I want to get another one, but that one's good for small areas for cleaning up edges. So of course my squares, dividers, chisels are over here. Those are my drill and impact driver for screws. Chisels, my junk catching place. These are my. This is a angle marker. You can set it for different angles so you can draw lines with it. Of course, this is just a simple little measuring tool. These are marking knives, very sharp. Be careful. And this is what they call a spoke shave, for making square boards round for spokes. And there's just some knick-knack extra things I had in store that I use for drilling and stuff like that. And of course a good old bottle of glue for laminating wood together. And up here, my planes. This one here, I picked it up at Harbor Freight for a whopping 20 bucks. And you know what? After I tuned it, tweaked it, messed with it, it's a pretty good plane. And then this one here, Susan bought me for my birthday one year. It's Craftsman. Unfortunately, the handle broke. I don't know how that happened. So I got about fixing that. I don't know, it's kind of strange. And then this one here, this is called a block plane. I don't even remember where I got that at, but I've had it for quite a while. And it's honed and sharpened, and it does a really good job. Over here, this is just some of my hand clamps that I use for, I want them quick and close by. Down here, of course, this is the workbench. So I do most of my laying out and measuring and scratching my head thinking, how the hell I worked that out? And of course, I've got to have a vise. Everybody needs a vise. And this here is my little catch-all drawer. And of course, I keep my tablet in here. I want to watch something when I'm playing around. And it's full of stuff. It's full of all the little knickknacks I use, chopping gauges, my favorite little tape measure. This is a special screwdriver just for planes. It's blunt and flat, very fat. Does a good job. There's a lot of stuff in here. And of course down here is my... I found something else you want to be very careful of. Never ever pick up a toolbox that's full of tools and try to pick it up and move it. You can't do it. I tried. This was full of my tools. The car tools, the wrenches and stuff, and I dropped it. Yeah. Broke it too. This one here is, so you can see this is broken. So I use it for other stuff. Keep my things I use important in here. This is these are machinists. This is a machinist square. Highly accurate. I use those for fine layouts. These are my I'm having an absolute total brain fail. My pocket hole drivers for pocket hole screws. Whole set of those. Just different miscellaneous stuff I keep around here. This is where I keep a lot of my sandpaper, my router tools. Trying to keep everything organized so I know where it's at. For me, that's a oxymoron. And then up here, we just got some templates that I made out for a birdhouse I have out there. That little green thing right there is something that my stepson bought me for Christmas for working in the garden, but it also works really good for working around here. Now, of course, we got the air compressor, which is not a high-powered one, but it does the job. That's my mode, is it does the job. This is my drill press. Nothing fancy. It drills a hole. Little knick-knack holders. You got to have a good pencil sharpener. Nothing worse than a dull pencil when you're trying to mark wood. Down here, of course, some jack stands. These are my chisels. I bought these. These are really a nice set of chisels. Really nice set of chisels. I've been working on getting them honed into pristine shape. A router. I've used it a few times. I used it when I built my my desk in my room. And over here so these are not woodworking tools. These are old mechanics tools that I had. Of course, my skill saw. And here's my electrical connector stuff. Down there is that big one here. Is my jigsaw, and I have 2 jigsaws. Other hand tools that I would use one of these days. Slide back here. This is my sharpening station. Once I get my table out here, I'm going to make a wooden sharpening station, but for now this thing works pretty good. This is a protrusion gauge. You can see it's marked 30, 25, 25, and 30. This is for the planes. You pull the blade out of the plane, you put it in this thing right here, you slide it up here to the sharp edge is here, and this here butts up against the base here, and that'll put it at a 30-degree angle so that you can sharpen it to the proper. They say you should do it by hand, get the feel. I'm not that far yet. So this works really good, and I like sharp. Sharp is good. That thing up top there, see that brand? Don't waste your money. I bought, it was cheap, 20 bucks. Well, it starts out really good, spins like a crazy person until you put it against wood, then it almost comes to a stop. It has no power at all. So I'll keep it because I paid for it, but I'm gonna get me a good one. I want to get a good one. Quit being cheap, Steve. My table saw, nothing fancy, just a good old Ryobi. It's what they call a desktop or a tabletop saw. Maybe a job site saw, maybe might be a better thing. Does a fine job. It's not a high horsepower. It can't handle a dado stack because the shaft's not long enough. It's wide enough, but not long enough. And for a table this small, whipping a dado stack around is kind of dangerous. So I'm working on a different way to do certain parts. That's why I built this thing right here. That is a crosscut sled. Man, I can't. It fits on top of the table saw. This whole thing here is something Kelly gave me, and he said he didn't need it. Asked me if I wanted it. I said yeah. So I'm put to use and put all the parts I need down here, so I know they're in one place. See the table saw. It works. It does a fine job. It does a fine job. We roll ourselves down this way. Of course, there's my speedster. I have to work tonight, and I always like to make sure the battery's fully charged, so it's backed up with the charger hooked up to it. And then, just my junk box for pieces of wood, stuff like that. Nothing major. The old family radio's right there. It has a place here. It's not going nowhere. Up here, we got a lot of stuff up here. We got your standard naval issue catch spot. We got screws and drills, staples, battery chargers, charging station, for everything. Everything's back in here. So that's and then just my regular, automotive tools. As you see, I keep everything highly organized and polished. Yeah. Yeah, so let's take a walk, go back this way, say hi to the dogs, and I'll show you what's going on back in the other room. Lily, hi Maximum, hi guys, hi kids, hi kids. This is Max, this is Max. He's a big boy. Dolly Wally's behind me. Dolly Wally, oh Dolly Wally, oh Dolly Wally. And that's Lily, she's Lily in the valley right here. Sweetie, this is Max. My lifelong friend. Guys, can I walk through here, please? Come on. Thank you. L.A. Kelly Jones. He asked me if I wanted this. This is a Shopsmith Mark V wood lathe with attachments. It was his dad's. I remember I watched his dad use it. He gave it to me. It needs some work. I got to go through and clean it up and lubricate it. I'm going to try to do a bit of wood turning with it. Don't know. See what happens. But it's a cool old machine, and I was very pleased that he offered it to me. Over here, I just keep stored wood, little pieces of wood that are nice wood. You know, this is little pieces of pine. I got some poplar, a bit of mahogany in there. Over here, I bought a small bandsaw. It's, for what I do, it's perfect. I use it for resawing wood. That's when you cut a piece of wood like 1 inch wide to a 1/2 inch wide. That's called resawing. This works perfect for that. Small projects. I don't do any major construction. This is just for small stuff that I do around here. That is my radial chop saw. Guys, excuse me. When I come out here, the dogs have to be right under my feet. But I love them, so I put up with it. The miter station. See, I was cutting some wood to an angle for making something, and it's still set in that position. So, but that's what it is. It's got a laser on it that guides you, and I had to adjust it. This base came with it, and it's got tools and knickknacks and crap. So it works really good now. I got it to where I can get a piece of wood that lays all the way across here now. That always helps. Over here is more wood. I keep my wood stashed up over here. This is old. I like to find old pallets, both box springs. I'll tear them apart. This is box spring wood right here. Problem is, it's got a lot of nails in it, and it's very dry. It's nothing to write home about. A piece of molding. I don't know where I got that from. And then this is from a pallet. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I hate to throw it away because I might find something good to do with it. This is a grandkid's bed that I bought him that I should have known better. Particle board pieces of crap. So I'll use it for something else. Hey, Dolly, she's a kitty patootie. She's a baby. She's the baby. Yeah, she's the baby. Yeah. So I'm still trying to do with the Shopsmith. I'm just glad to have it. Of course, my hot rod there. This is all storage for everybody else. I donated from that red line back storage. If anything in storage is on that side, it goes in the trash. So hopefully they pay attention to what I say. It would be a rarity for around here, but you know how that goes. What I'm planning on is a table that runs from this red line here. I was going to build one. It's going to be $400. I'm sorry, that's a lot of money for me. $400 is a lot of money. And the problem is getting it here, getting the wood here. I have to have it delivered, and there's a charge for that. I found on Amazon a table that's the width I need, the length I need, and is adjustable as far as the height goes. So I can make the table just a little under here, so that when I'm sawing a piece of wood and it runs off, it drops up onto a table, goes off. And then plus I can use that table for assembly. Serves two purposes. So that's what I'm doing. That is my shop. Keep my books over there, paint, my varnishes and stains are down here. I don't have a lot of them. I get them as I need them. So it's just a basic wood shop, but it does everything I want to do. Only thing I'm waiting for now is my table. And I'm going to buy a table. I'm going to slide all this down this way. And then I'll put the table behind it. As long as I got room to park my trike. Susan has room to do her laundry. And then, so I usually just pull in this way here. And run the trike up. You walk out here for a second. I run the trike up through here. Right down into there. And stow it right there. And then it's out of the way. My wheelchair falls in behind it. So I usually sit in my wheelchair when I'm doing a lot of work. It's just easier that way. That's it. That's the Handicapped Woodworker's lair of destruction. And a few other, wait, there's something else over here. I keep stuff like this. It was a pallet, and I went through and I cut all the wood up into nice little pieces, you know. And right now I'm working on building. I'm going to start making. Well, you might have saw that right there. Well, I built that off a plan. It's not perfect, but it's not perfectly square. But it's my first one, and I'm not upset about it at all. I want to start building those. I made this. Can't see. I made that trellis right there for the plants to grow up on. Building stuff like that. Offering for sale. I'm trying to make a little side hustle. And that's about it. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you like it, please click the like button. Any strange comments like "Steve, you're an idiot," I'm always happy to hear it. So have a good day.